Welcome to the Online Digital Marketing Podcast. We'll be discussing marketing strategies, trends, and tips that will help your business succeed in the digital age. Every episode, we'll be interviewing industry professionals and providing valuable insights on how to leverage digital tools for maximum engagement and ROI. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the latest trends in online marketing.
If you're a business owner with a website, you've probably had that feeling, right? Where your site just isn't bringing in the leads you thought it would. Or maybe you're building one now and you're thinking, okay, what really needs to be on this thing? Well, here's something we found. Just having a good-looking website, that's really only step one. If you don't have a blog, you might actually be missing out on a huge opportunity to attract the right customers, build credibility, and, really grow online.
Oh, definitely. We hear that kind of thing from business owners constantly. It's always, I just don't have time for blogging, or what would I even write about?
Mm-hmm.
Or the big one, do blogs really even work for my type of business?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, my industry, it's way too boring for a blog. But what's interesting is these hurdles, they're probably holding back your competitors too. So there's actually an opening there.
That's a really great point, an opening. So today, we're not just going to chat about blogging in general. We're doing a proper deep dive. We've got insights from blogging success strategies for businesses, and also this piece, why every business website needs a blog. We're pulling out the most actionable stuff, really, saving you the reading time. Our goal here is to show why blogging isn't just some optional extra, but a core strategy for growth. We'll look at the benefits, sure, but also the practical steps, how you actually make it happen.
Yeah, and to make it real, let me tell you about this agency I know. Their own story is pretty telling. When they first got their site up, blogging was, it was an afterthought, totally. They maybe put up an article, once every couple of months, sometimes less. And the result, pretty much crickets. Website traffic was tiny, maybe 80 to 100 people a month, basically invisible online, even with a nice site.
Wow, 80 to 100 visitors. So practically invisible. What changed? What was the turning point for them?
The turning point was committing, really committing to consistent blogging. That was it. They decided, okay, we're doing this, started posting maybe 2-3 times a month. And crucially, they focused the content on things their audience actually needed help with. Web design tips, digital marketing advice for small businesses, SEO stuff explained simply, practical guides.
Okay, so they got consistent, focused on being helpful. What happened to those visitor numbers?
The results were, pretty dramatic. Within about 4 or 5 months of doing this consistently, their monthly website traffic shot up to over 400 visitors a month. That's like a 400%, maybe even 500% increase from where they started.
400 or 500%, okay. But, going from 80 visitors to 400, for some business owners, that might still feel kind of small in the grand scheme of things. How did that initial traffic boost start translating into actual, business results beyond just clicks?
Yeah, that's the key question, isn't it? And the business impact was actually way bigger than just the traffic count. What happened was they started getting better leads, more qualified leads. These were people who'd read their stuff, so they were already educated about what the agency did and why it mattered. So instead of spending ages explaining the basics, the conversations were immediately more focused. Prospects understood the value, which meant, less selling, more closing deals.
So the leads were pre-qualified, essentially. That makes a huge difference. And, something else our deep dive touched on, beyond just leads, consistent blogging can almost act like real-time market research. You see what topics hit, what questions people have. It can actually tell you what your customers really need, maybe even guide new services. What about their reputation? Did that change? Their credibility?
Oh, massively. Their credibility just soared. Think about it. A potential customer searches for a specific problem, finds an article on the agency's blog that answers it perfectly. Instantly, that agency looks like an expert. They're not just another name on a list. They're the ones who get it. Even their existing clients started seeing them differently, like the go-to authority. They'd share the articles, refer people. It really solidified their position.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's tackle that objection we mentioned earlier, the my industry is too boring thing. Because the secret isn't trying to make accounting, say, suddenly thrilling, right? It's about zeroing in on the questions customers have, not just pushing your services.
Exactly. Every single industry has customers with problems they need solved, questions they're typing into Google. So take that accounting firm. They could write about tax deductions small business owners always miss. That's not boring if you're a small business owner. Or a law firm doing a piece on what to do immediately after a car accident. Super relevant. A manufacturing company explaining how to choose the right materials for your project. Practical stuff. The trick is to just become a good listener in your industry. What are people really asking? What are their pain points?
It's kind of funny, isn't it? We think content needs to be super flashy, but often the best stuff is just a clear answer to a real question, like the opposite of clickbait, just genuinely helpful. Okay, so we've betcha the boring industry myth, we've seen the impact, but for a lot of people listening, the big question is still how? How do you actually turn this idea into a real, sustainable blogging routine that works?
Right. Moving from the why to the how, that's where the rubber meets the road. So what did the sources say about making this practical?
Well, our deep dive pulled out 3 main strategies that seem really key. First one, start small and build momentum. Don't feel like you need to publish 5 posts a week right out of the gate. That's a recipe for burnout. Just get started. Maybe aim for 1 post in your first month, then 2 the next. Build it up.
Makes sense. Less overwhelming. What's number 2?
Number 2 is huge. Aim for consistency over perfection.
Ah,
It's way, way better to publish something regularly. The sources often suggest aiming for it at least once a week if you can manage it, than to dump 10 articles in 1 month and then go silent for 3.
Consistency builds trust. With your audience, obviously, but also with search engines like Google. They definitely reward fresh, regular content.
Exactly. And the third strategy ties back to what we were just saying. Focus on your customers' questions. Every single blog post should really aim to answer a genuine question your ideal customer has or solve a real problem they're facing.
And maybe adding to that, it's not just what question, but why they're asking it now. You know, are they just starting to learn? Are they comparing options? Are they ready to make a decision? If you can kind of match your content to where they are in that journey, well, that makes it way more powerful. It stops being just information and starts becoming a real lead generator. That ensures it's valuable, yes, but also discoverable by the people actively looking for those answers.
Good point. Matching the content to the intent. So, okay, you've got these strategies. Now, how do you actually do it? What are the options for getting this blog up and running?
Basically, it boils down to 2 main paths. First, you've got the do-it-yourself route, the DIY approach.
Right, the DIY way.
This works if you genuinely have the time. You enjoy writing, or can learn to, and crucially, you have the discipline for that consistency we talked about. It means doing the topic research, planning it out, actually writing posts that are engaging and optimized for search engines, using the right keywords, structuring it properly, plus managing the tech side, publishing, maybe promoting it a bit, and keeping an eye on what's working so you can adjust.
Okay, so DIY is one way. What's the alternative?
The alternative is to partner with a professional agency. This makes sense if you'd rather keep your focus squarely on running your core business and you want experts to handle the content side.
And what can an agency typically help with?
Well, a good agency can handle pretty much everything. Setting up the blog itself, making sure it looks good and integrates with your site, doing the ongoing writing, obviously,
Right.
Make sure it's all SEO optimized so it actually gets found, and then all the management stuff, publishing, updates, maintenance, basically taking it off your plate so you can focus elsewhere.
Makes sense. And thinking back to that agency example, the results took a few months, which really highlights the cost of waiting, doesn't it? Every month you put off starting a blog is potentially a month where a competitor is building that authority, attracting your potential customers.
Absolutely.
Remember, it took that example agency 4 to 5 months to see those big jumps. So starting today, that could mean seeing significantly better traffic and leads, within the next year for your own business. It's not instant, but the clock is ticking.
Yeah, when you pull back and look at the bigger picture, the data really supports this.
Yeah.
Businesses with active blogs, they consistently generate more traffic. They attract leads that are, frankly, better quality.
Yeah.
And they build much stronger credibility in whatever field they're in. It's pretty clear.
So wrapping this up, what does it all mean for you listening? Look, whether you decide to tackle blogging yourself, roll up your sleeves and go DIY, or you partner with pros to maybe speed things up, the most important thing is just to start. Your website can be so much more than just an online brochure. It really can. With consistent, valuable content, it has the potential to become your hardest working sales and marketing tool. So the question really isn't, can I afford to invest time or money in blogging? It's more like, can I afford not to?
And maybe one final thought to leave you with, building on that. Think beyond just the services you sell. What specific problems, what precise questions are your ideal customers typing into search engines right now? And which of those are you uniquely positioned to answer in a way that really makes you stand out from everyone else? That's worth pondering.
Ready to take your online business to the next level? Subscribe to our digital marketing podcast and then join our Accountability for Success Mastermind. With expert advice from industry leaders, you'll gain knowledge and insights that will help you succeed in today's digital marketing world. From social media strategies to search engine optimization, we have all the tools you need. Learn from successful entrepreneurs and take control of your online success. Join the Accountability for Success Mastermind now at bit.ly/AFSM podcast.